think she got BBC, something like that. Whoops, I've just started to figure. Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Friday the 18th of August. Sorry I'm a bit croaky, I was shouting a lot last night. Okay, that's what happens when people don't follow the rules. Oh no, I was teaching karate, that's what it was. Right, so let's have a look at these markets, and we'll start off looking at firstly what's coming out today, and it's not a lot. So Friday the 18th, we've got the UK retail sales already out. They've disappointed. It's very disappointing that they're disappointed. And what we got left then, sorry I've clicked on the wrong button there. If I can get the right button would be good. Retail sales, there you go, minus 1.2. A bigger miss than expected. It's funny, we were talking about shops yesterday and how quiet they were, but there we go. So that's it, nothing else for now. What's happening in the markets then? Let's look at the euro dollar first, and it will start off in the bigger time frame. So trend still solidly down. 4 hourly, well, still down. And hourly, well, this could be a nice little short if it sets up post 8 o'clock. We'll have to be a bit careful, because what we saw yesterday, it just sort of carried on pushing through there. 8 o'clock it came off. It's a bit messy yesterday, but just looking to see if I get another one of these little retracements. Ideally now it will break later on, probably give it an hour or so, but looking for it to break down towards its S1. Quite simple there, so that remains on my list. The pound is spoilt because of the news, so I'll leave that alone for now. US dollar yen. So we've seen a bit of strength coming through here. Not completely shocked that we've seen a bit of a retrace. I'm not too sure what's driving this compared to the other markets, which are not particularly bullish. But anyway, technically at the moment we've got on the hourlies there proper lower high come through, and well, we'll see. It's already gone through its S1 here. S2's not likely to be hit, about 75% chance of that now. But it's a bit of a mess there, so not a lot I can do with that. Aussie US dollar, bigger time frame then. Aussie dollar's been selling. 4 hourly, lower highs, lower lows still mainly. Just seeing a bit of a bounce going on here at this stage. So just pitching up a tad as I'm looking through here. Shape wise, not that's right, there was a message on the euro yen for a while back, sorry. Aussie dollar could be interesting if it starts breaking the low a couple of hours ago. The 6 o'clock low there could be interesting with what's going on. I'm just looking to see if there's an entry. That would probably be the best low. We had the change of pace about 2 o'clock yesterday, so it seems like we're seeing more cyclical markets at the moment. And well, we'll see what happens there. Okay, so there is the possibility. See the markets move a little here. US dollar CAD. Well, this is very slow and messy, and I'll leave that alone. New Zealand dollar. Now, this is definitely a downward trend here. Just that little bit softer than the Aussie. It's broken lower lows here. Just again, this could be a trade on the break of, well, on the 6 o'clock bar there. If it was to break down there, looking towards the S1. Yesterday though, just beware that we saw the morning rally, the afternoon sink back down southbound again. So that's the New Zealand. Sorry, I'm just switching through these, so there's still some possibility there. US dollar Swissy is messy on these lower time frames. It still remains quite choppy here, not anything I want to be doing with there. Euro pound, this isn't doing me any favours at the moment. It's heading back north, as we see the pound dropping off. The euro is dropping off with it at the moment, but the pound just that tad weaker on the news there. Across the board, it's just not looking so good at this stage, but we'll see. But for now, no new trades on that to be had. Euro Aussie, actually sorry, let's just go back to Euro Yen. Was there something else that was happening? Oh, it's okay. Right, I was looking for a retracement earlier in the week, straight down to its weekly pivot, but that's not happened. Well, it's happened, but it's put the double top in before, so and the yen is just on the stronger side at the moment, so it's probably best avoided. Euro Aussie, sorry, go back to the Euro Aussie. Largely to the upside. It's more of a drift than anything else we're seeing here. Opportunities. There was an opportunity yesterday afternoon, but that was about it. We're seeing some, as I say, many of the afternoon moves as the opportunity to get into some of these trades rather than the morning. The morning sort of drifting, continuing. So just looking here, there's not a great deal this morning. There's some possibilities, really around the Aussie and New Zealand dollar selling off, and possibly. Actually, the euro's starting to go now, so we'll see. I'll wait for the new hour. I won't just jump aboard this. Just wait and see what happens. Okay, so there are a few bits there, few things there. Looking to on the continuation of these weaker markets. There's no problem. Idea of trading the sort of like the euro yen. It's a strong market. It's not worth trying to get in there short quickly, or the US dollar yen. They might just be blips. Of course, if they start turning properly, they could be of interest, but not yet. Right, okay. Looking then away from into the indices. So the indices, actually, let's just look at gold first. Let's come out to date. So gold, as expected yesterday, continued to the downside. It was catching a little bounce at one stage in the morning there, but just rolled back over in the afternoon. So as with all the other markets, the dollar strengthened through the afternoon here. We could get similarish today, but certainly gold still looking soft to me. Okay, oil was up a bit this morning. So oil yesterday, I'm sort of looking at the potential for the upside of this again, but not quite there yet. It could be more interesting if it breaks yesterday's afternoon's little high there. If it pushes back beyond that, it could be a change of structure, because that will give us a higher low. And we've seen this lower highs, lower lows, but it looks like we might just be, if I draw the trend line on here. Oh, actually, it's not quite where I thought it might be, but perhaps though by the time that happens it will be out of the trend as well, so structurally it may have changed. We'll see, but really looking for that towards this afternoon. Equity markets, no surprises to see CSI 300 back on its downside. I'm bearish on that market. The Nikkei is following suit largely. Did manage a little bit of a retrace. It sold off initially, and it is down for the day. It's at a green bar because it rallied later, but it's looking soft. The Nifty 50 is now broken, the 50 MA. Again, looking on the softer side of things here. So these markets are, they're in strong trends, but they are rolling. That isn't to say go and sell the ones that are in the strong trends but are rolling. There are other markets that are probably easier to sell into. S&Ps, I've been talking about this on the sell side, continuing to the downside. Wouldn't be surprised if we see yet another day today. Just wait for the retraces, be patient. 50, there's a nice pivot sitting above there. Just see the reaction to the pivot later. We got it yesterday. I was talking about the pivot later on these markets. Just be patient. They come in. You just have to wait. The Dow Jones now following suit a little bit more, getting a bit weaker as well. But the S&Ps and in particularly the Nasdaq are looking just that bit easier. If you come down the time frames here again, I was looking the pivot on the Nasdaq yesterday, came in the afternoon there, and off it sold quite nicely on the cash market open. So finally, DAX off again. This was a bit bitty yesterday. Pushed up quite high, looked like it's completely going mad when I was looking for the move into the pivot, but as ever, I don't ever trade as it hits the pivot. I wait for a little retrace, so it's a much safer position to get into. This has already caught the pivot today. It might be all over. A better breakdown of these lows here could also be a bit of a continuation, a bit similar to the euro at the moment. Okay, finally these key highs, lower, and a bit of a flat bottom. Looks like it could just run through and continue. Okay, finally, as it's the weekend, and I know some of you guys insist on trading cryptos, so here we go. Quick look at what's happened here. Horrible old bit of price action yesterday. Really, don't know what I'm coming down time frames for, but out of that consolidation, the consolidation had moved away from the high there, just absolutely dumped yesterday. Ethereum dumped. Now I know there was a problem with Chainlink yesterday. Was it Chainlink? Coinbase yesterday. I don't know if this was anything to do with it, but we've seen a sell-off right the way across there. So really soft day there on these markets, and well, I keep on saying that most of them are looking soft at the moment, and they certainly are proving the case. All of these lower highs, I mean, with Ripple, we're way back beyond the prior lows there. We've been a bit beyond the prior lows there. Pretty good news. So there we go. Looking softish. They might pick up over the weekend as people get seeing the bargains that are to be had. Personally, I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole, but there we go. Okay, have a great weekend on that lovely note, and apparently the sun's going to be out for at least half a day. Take care. Bye for now.